I'm so sick of this. You shouldn't have to worry about being thin when you're pregnant. When you're pregnant, you should be worrying about being healthy, the baby being healthy. And this is ridiculous, not only for the celebrities, but it's even more ridiculous for the everyday woman because let's face it, we don't have the nutritionist. We don't have that, you know, celebrity trainer with us every single day. It's not our full-time job to look good.
I don't know if you felt this way, but I felt that way when I was pregnant. I felt like I had to look a certain way. I had to have, you know, the skinny legs and just the bump there. But, and if I had that, you know, people would be like, oh, you look perfect, you look great.
A year to lose all the baby weight. And you know what? I didn't even concentrate it. I said I didn't even concentrate on it for the first 6 to 8 months. When I was getting close to that year point, I'm like, you know what? I should hit the gym. But I was too busy learning to be a new mom.
Right. Weight is an obsession for women.
Yes, it is.
That obsession comes from somewhere. Like literally it's in front of us every day that this is how we're supposed to look.
Are we really going to put those same standards on a woman who just had a baby?
It's crazy.
I hate to see these celebrities. I mean, great. They will go out 3 months after they had a baby and they're walking the runway, you know? They're out there strutting a bikini. But hello, I do not have the resources to have a nutritionist and trainer with me 24/7. You know, I have a real job. I do.
So you're saying if somebody's overweight, they don't look good?
No,
because you said the pressure is for them to look good, and so you see what I'm saying? We've even positioned in our mind, and I think that that's a wonderful point that
I feel like I'm getting in trouble now.
That you bring out, but it's true. If you look a certain way, you quote unquote look good, and I think that that's the core of all of this.
And
our viewers and our co-hosts, and I think honestly women are choosing the wrong men today, and I think it's because they don't have great role models, maybe great father figures or someone to look up to. And so I think that has a lot to do with self-esteem. I think if a woman isn't, you know, thinking of herself highly, she's going to find the wrong man who's going to verbally abuse her or
I think
also it's something else. Who knows? Maybe it's your kids.
For someone who's wrapped up in an abusive relationship, sometimes they're not able to get out just because they haven't gained that self-awareness yet.
Or maybe it's hard to get out because of financial situation.
There's lots of
there are a lot of reasons why.
But I mean, if we're talking about self-esteem, somebody cannot come to you and bring you self-esteem.
Exactly, you know? And that's what I wanted you to say. And we're talking about women in health and their struggles.
So I was diagnosed with early menopause in my 30s. But the worst side effect of menopause was the weight gain. And it was nothing I could do about it because it was a hormone balance, estrogen, and I couldn't convince the doctors that I was in menopause. They refused to diagnose me. I remember getting this note saying, you're not in menopause, capital letters not.
Was it because of your age?
Yeah, they didn't want to believe me. I went from a size 4 to 14 in 1 year. I didn't go out. I wouldn't take a picture. I wouldn't show myself, and it was so heartbreaking. But the most heartbreaking part to me was when a family member came into my home and called me fat.
But when I got married, I would see, my husband and I would see, you know, these women with their strollers and the babies, and I'm like, oh my God, look at that fatty with the jiggling.
I'm just saying.
And now you're jiggling, huh?
Wait a minute.
Jiggle, baby.
But I told my husband, I said, you know what? That will never be me because I am too conceited. I am too vain. I'm going to look really good when I pop out a baby.
Be careful what you put your mouth on.
Well, it was a struggle greatly when I was a teenager in my early 20s, and I used to, for a date, I would fast for 17 days on nothing but water.
Oh my goodness!
So, and as I got older, it actually got easier. In my mid 20s, late 20s, 30s, and 40s, actually, it was easier. And if I wanted to lose weight, I would practice what I call the diet of distraction, which means that I would not write my calories down. I would not focus on it. I would totally immerse myself in some other exercise.
But why were you fasting for 17 days?
How do you? Oh, I'm gonna go out on a date, but I can't go out with you for 17 days.
I was obsessed. You know, I felt like I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel like I was pretty. But after 17 days, I felt like I was sexy and pretty.
I mean, the weight gain, you don't feel the same. You don't feel like yourself, and you don't feel. Because me, I was like, what is going on? I never stopped. I didn't change. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I didn't know what happened.
But Yolanda, you're talking about premenopause, and you're talking about an adolescent who was going out on a date.
was like a total hunk that every girl wanted to be with. I had to be beautiful and thin.
Mine was completely medically driven because I was right on that cusp of starting to get high blood pressure and diabetes. And the doctor said, you either jump or you step back. But either way, you're going to have some circumstances. But I remember feeling that the doctor not really embracing me, just like, oh, well, here's just another fat black woman. I really believe that. Yeah. And now when people see me, they're like, oh my gosh, like you did it. Like, I can't be thin.
2 C-sections back to back, trying to lose the pooch and doing everything and going to the gym. How do I get rid of it? How do I get back into my bikini sexy body?
Every time I call you, you in the drive-through. But go ahead. Okay.
That is not true. That is not true.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Alicia, can I get a number 1, please?
Hello, and welcome to Every Way Woman.